Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the collective. My messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Collective, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. All right, so the message for the collective today is I've loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, in timelines forgotten and lifetimes rewritten. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in. Please and thank you. Please and thank you are the magic words. Come on in. Please and thank you. All right, so it's confusing to me how sometimes certain things be happening. Meanwhile, if I'm the only one that's touching on it, and I know I didn't do it, like, what the fuck? That's what I'll be wondering. Come on in, everybody. Come on in, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Monday. So I've loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, in timelines forgotten and lifetimes rewritten. Integration and embodiment. Your soul is moving from being above you to being within you. Before, your soul felt like a voice, a whisper, a guide. Now it's merging with your human personality. Stronger intuition, greater clarity, deeper sensitivity. More inner authority, less confusion, more empowerment. Your human self and your soul self are becoming one. This dissolves fear, doubt, old identity, suppression, spiritual disconnection. This increases confidence, clarity, grounded awareness, emotional stability, and purpose. So if any of this resonates with you, I'm talking about you. You're stepping into true self-timeline. This is the version of reality where you are aligned, you're awakened, your gifts come online, you feel safe in your body, the world doesn't scare you, the suppression loses power, the voice becomes stronger, your intuition becomes undeniable. You feel present here, not lost. You begin to feel more human, not less, more in touch, more connected. So awakening isn't about leaving the world, it's about experiencing it fully and consciously. You'll start to feel more joy, more curiosity, more groundedness, more desire to explore, more excitement, more life force energy. You stop fearing your path, you start trusting it. Your soul is guiding you into a version of life where you no longer shrink, you no longer feel trapped, you no longer feel confused, you no longer feel disconnected, you no longer feel like you're disappearing. You become fully embodied in soul and in human form. So a lot of this message, I've loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, in timelines forgotten and lifetimes rewritten. It sounds like past love or a connection. Meanwhile, it's actually also talking about yourself. Your spirit team is whispering to you right now. There's a love woven through your entire soul journey, a love that didn't begin here and won't end here. This is a love of your higher self, your gods, your ancestors, and cosmic consciousness that has walked beside you through every shift, every collapse, every rebirth. You're not just starting your story, you're remembering it. Every version of you, the healed you, the tired you, the learning you, the magical you, has been held with the same unwavering devotion across timelines. You no longer recall. This is why you feel a pull towards expansion right now. This is why you sense a silent knowing inside of your chest. Your spirit recognizes a place your mind has forgotten. You're stepping into a timeline where self-love is no longer a lesson but a memory. Something your soul already knows how to do. So clearly, you were never in love, you were never unseen, you were never walking alone. Even in this lifetime, you were rewritten. Even in the timelines that disappeared, love stayed with you because it is you. Breathe into the truth. Let it soften your heart. Let it restore your power. That phrase instantly takes, and if you thought of anything outside of you, we're going to be adjusting that. Because at this point, it is like you hear messages, I've loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, in timelines forgotten and lifetimes rewritten. It sounds like a love story. And it is a love story of truth, of wholeness, falling in love with yourself. Because, you know, past the connections, thank you for being here. Past the connections that we want to make outside, it's like giving into yourself, treating yourself with care, knowing what you require, and being able to give yourself the things that you require, not looking for it outside within another person. You are everything you've ever needed. All right, so let me see where I put this thing at, because I was looking over some stuff this weekend and it was, y'all, when you are definitely, okay, so I'm gonna just, when you are winging it through life, like a lot of us are, right? And that is not knowing, or if we will ever know the full truth, right, of everything that's ever been, you know, said, done, the books, the stories, any of it, right? And although we are seeking the truth, we're trusting our intuition, we're having some discernment in situations. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but it really kind of bothers me a little bit when it don't feel right. And something about this timeline, something about the people, something about the situations that are happening right now don't feel right to me. And it don't feel right to me because it's just not true. And we live in a timeline where manipulation is the biggest play. Whether it's manipulation of, you know, mental, physical, spiritual, whether it is, because even manifestations, manipulation of energy, right? And are people really good people? That's another thing. Are people really good people? But as long as you can see yourself as a good person, and long as you know yourself that you're doing the right things, it's almost like, because y'all, it feels very alone. It feels very alone in a time or in a situation where all you ever really wanted was maybe to know and understand yourself, your energy. And how do you feel in this day, in this time, And you know how they say a lot of us only have you, right? You only have you. Um, we would want somebody else, that we could depend on, that we can trust in, that we could, learn from. And some people may have that. Like, some people may have like the mother, the father, the, friend or whatever. But they have it up until, because we all end up getting to some point in our life when it is just the discovery. Like, I am not my mother. I am not my father. I am not my friend. I am a whole person, a whole individual who understands or who is trying to understand. What does all of this mean? In the midst of everything that's happening, or, growing up, that's the midst of everything that's happening. I don't mean just like, being present here now. What is my true self saying? What is my true self wanting me to do? Where do I actually fit in at? Where do I actually belong on this timeline? Mind you, then you find out everything is you. Everything continues to keep recircling or resurfacing back to you. You are the person that seems to be the glue to, these people. But meanwhile, maybe you thought differently. And you are not the weakness, you are the strength to it all. And coming into yourself, coming into wholeness, coming into awareness, coming into the awakening, you may have had to go through many different battles. You may have had to face many different, issues, or many different situations or circumstances. You may had to, have some type of adversity. You may have had, some type of victory. Doing for yourself, loving yourself, catering to yourself, y'all. Okay, so for some reason it goes into, I keep hearing like warm, like how do you experience something that you have given to yourself on the outside? It's like care. Food, for instance, because you know how I was discussing, we did cooking in the kitchen this weekend, right? And do y'all know that even down to food, it is something that tells your spirit or tells your soul that this is relaxing or this is comfort. So warm foods give comfort. But it's a cold ass world. And you could be a cold ass nigga or a cold ass bitch because of whatever has happened to you, right? The stipulations, the whatever people have put on you to say, this could be you, or this is the character that they wish for you to play, right? But you are returning to self, the you that has always been divine, always been guided, always been loved beyond time. You know how people say God don't play about me? And you don't play about yourself, in certain situations, but sometimes we be allowing people to do, things that we may not have liked or may not have wanted to be involved in, or may not have seemed like it was for our highest good. And then the minute we step back and we start to really love and care for ourselves and decide that we are no longer entertaining, we are no longer doing, and then it becomes a selfishness, right? But falling in love with yourself, how does that feel? Like falling in love with the person that you are. And I don't want to say the person that you once was, because they're all you, right? So right now I sit in front of y'all and, hair covered, everything like that, right? And sometimes I'll be doing whatever, but new character unloading, right? And whatever character, or person, like the changes that we go through, right? So I'm going to show y'all something. And this is probably like 3 years ago. I mean, literally not really, to me, it's different, but it is different because this is what I thought was, the person that I want to be, right? because that's me. And so the hair, the lashes, all of the above. I can go back, I can do all of these things, right? I could do all of these things. And all of them would be me. All of them would be a part of me, you know, something, an example, right? But y'all know how society kind of makes it like, oh, you have to be this or you have to be that and you have to be, you know, whatever it is that they deem to be like desirable or wanting, right? Not understanding that every version of who I am, you know, loving on for me because I love her. And sometimes even when I look at her, it makes me sad, right? So when I look at her, sometimes it makes me sad, right? Why? When I look at her, sometimes it makes me sad. When I look at her, sometimes it makes me sad. When I look at her, sometimes it makes me sad. Beautiful nonetheless, right? Beautiful spirit, beautiful inside and out, right? But each one of those moments I can go back to as I am, you know, representing the me that I am, the one, the soul, the body, the person. I know that during a lot of those times, I may have been involved in or with somebody or doing something that at the time I thought was what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until even now when I, you know, now the me that I am, that I'm by myself and that's my choice because, you know, we can all choose to do whatever we want to do. But that's my choice. But I'm not doing anything that anybody else would require or want to say that this is how it has to be. Although, even in this realm or in this society, hey, I'm Majestic Grace, this realm or this society always puts stipulations on you have to be this, you have to be that. But even when it makes me sad to even sometimes see, you know, the person or the situation, because now I'm different than I ever was then. Still a good person, more, you know, awakened, more spiritually, you know, inclined. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I wish to go back to that part, not the, you know, part where it's like innocent or any of that, but the part where it was, I was not very much you know, paying attention. Again, I love the me that I am based off of the growth, the expansion, the achievements, because again, I got here through that, right? You know, the awakened version and the awakened soul. But even then, I remember I used to, you know, buy myself flowers and things of that nature. I have been every version of the person that I have been, even during this timeline, the ones that I could see, I always been in love with me. I always made sure that, you know, I still checked in or I still paid attention, I guess. Because, you know, even like, you know, self-care, all of that other stuff is a version of showing yourself love, right? But spiritually, checking in on yourself, all of those versions allowed me to get here. Now, if we go back through, you know, over time, how, like, you know, if you believe in reincarnation or if you believe in, you know, before or however, right? When I went through the spiritual awakening, they showed me a version of myself that I didn't know existed. Welcome to our light field family. Oh, hey, you moved over there. Hey. Okay, so when I went through the spiritual awakening, I told y'all they gave me a name of a person, right? And so when I went to look up a person, I even loved that version of the person because this person was very smart, very articulate, very much probably we kind of run in a circle, you know, like almost of the same things, like a writer, a journalist, a journaler, So it started to show me a pattern. And whether or not, the other part of the past life part can be proven, it still shows like going into, certain lifetimes or certain even phases, like chapters of life, even right here, right? And y'all can utilize this based off of, how like when Facebook or one of the platforms shows you were this in 2010, and now it's like 15 years later because it's 2025, and whatever you said back then is still relevant at this moment in time, right? Hey, Mike. And so it is like, even when you get, even in the change, it's still certain things are, they just stick with you. Like, this is how this should be. An honorable person, a person that have morals. You just not out here with the, corruption of the world or things of that nature. So your energy is recalibrating to the frequency of your true essence. That's the thing. Your essence carries over. And so it's not like you're far off the beaten path, because you've seen people, and like we could say Scrooge McDuck or something, or just Scrooge. You know how the story goes. Yup, because we said what we said. Yes, and you stand on that because your character is your character. So, and your character being your character, you're always going to lead in love. You're always going to move with intention, and also us giving ourselves grace, because although we exist in this timeline, we have existed in multiple timelines, and even in this timeline we can see how we still are standing on business. We I want to say also our give guardian energy too, because we are protectors, true protectors. We not just out here saying one thing and then, doing the next thing. Like, if we protect the women and the children, we are going to protect the women and the children. Nobody's going to be able to say that, oh, we did, whatever on the other side of that. So I think it also goes along with, what's the thing, when it's like a repetitive, something that happens over and over and over again. So it's like your character. It's always being of good character, good morals and values. So from this timeline to this timeline to this timeline. So even during the time, like say, cowboys and Indians or things of that nature, you know how they say that, but we ain't gonna use that. But we gonna use that. You would, whatever side you were on, you always fought for good. You always fought for the right things, no matter what timeline you went through. If you was on the galactic warrior side, you in space, you did the right thing because you were always chosen to do the right things. In the midst of that, it is self-love, self-care, because you also know that you are a part of the universe. You are a part of source. So with that being said, it is, I keep wanting to say pay attention. We have to keep paying attention because there are connections that are being made. You are returning to self, the you that has always been divine, always been guided, always been loved beyond time, even without the misinformation or even with the misinformation. It's almost like your code says, I know who I am. I know where I've been. I know the realms that I have traveled. I know the timelines that I have been in. And each one, my character stayed on the loving side, on the giving side, on the aligned side, because you know where you come from. You know you are a part of Earth. You know you are a part of the system. And this is why a lot of times, a lot of y'all, things don't go right for people if you're not around. Things don't go right for folks if your energy's not involved. You are the source of the power that has been, their battery or anything else. And here it's almost like they will try to make you feel like it's not you, it's them. Like it is their energy or their fuel that is making this machine run. Meanwhile, it's you. And this is why I keep saying that the universe right now is calling on all of us to step into our energy. Remember who you are. Remember your energy. From this timeline, this dimension, that dimension, through timelines, past timelines, remember your energy. call your energy back. Also grounding us in this time, because even what I said before, we all got here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. And although some of the things that everybody is looking at could be, on this a little bleak, or it could be full of faith and full of hope, or it could be, like, you could give a damn if you do or give a damn if you don't. You're just waiting for the universe to present you with the opportunity or whatever situation that is saying that you're in alignment for. So, on one hand, it says, breathe into your truth, let it soften your heart, let it restore your power. Breathe into your truth, let it soften your heart, let it restore your power. On another hand, because when one thing exists, so does the other, it is traumatizing your soul, traumatizing your spirit. How do we get beyond the middle? Like, this is here, this is where we are, but we trying to, elevate above here, and whatever is here, or, here, or here, or here, you're in the middle of the tunnel elevating. It's like a elevator, and we start off at the first floor, is what I said, and it was this and this at the first floor, and then you move up to the next level, and then it's this and something else, and then it's something else. You're not just starting your story. You're remembering your story. Your story has already been going. It has already been ongoing. And how do you apply that is one of the things that I want to ask. So if anybody, anybody can answer, because again, we don't know everything here, and we just, trying to figure out, because when this message came up, it instantly gave me the vibe like it's a person. There's somebody that's around, but then again, when one thing exists, so does the other. There's no person around me. So it instantly showed me I'm not talking to a person. I'm not talking about a person. Have you ever fell in love with yourself, the version of you that you are, and understand that you're it? You are it. The thing that everybody's been calling for, the universe, the people, you're it. You have it. You can do it. You already done it. This is the assignment. It's a spirit. It's a frequency. Good morning. Hey, straight talk, no chaser. Hey, welcome to Monday. So you're it. You're not looking for anything outside of you to, push you into anything. You're not waiting on anything. This is all you, right? Even in the midst of, like, all the things that we hear, you are the architect, you are the design, you are, and you over here sitting like, I'm this little old person, like, I don't understand how it is. Do you know how if you literally could forget everything, like, let the world, just leave the world behind, all right? Leave the world fucking behind. Good morning. Leave the world behind. And all that exists is you, your energy, and I say all the time, I love me some good thing. I'm me. On better days, I say I'm my life. Amen. And this is something that we all need to get into. And it's not just an affirmation that, you're putting out into the universe. This is real. This is who you are. And this is accepting really what you are. Your evolution isn't accidental. Your clarity isn't random. Your healing isn't a coincidence. Everything that you have gone through, different timelines, different dimensions, to put you here in the conscious awakening and the knowing. Why do you think that is? So if everything is meant to be the way it's meant to be right now, have you ever asked the system, like God, or just yourself, why? And just sat with that and, waited till you got an answer. I hear a lot of people saying, I can't do anything about anything. Like, people will automatically make you think that your presence here is irrelevant. Your presence here isn't irrelevant. You summoned you for this moment in time. Why? Why were you needed? Why was your consciousness? Why did you evolve for this moment? Have any of y'all ever asked yourself that? And then if after you answered that, did you give yourself an answer? Did the universe show you anything that said you are important to this system because of this? Nobody else could do this particular job. This had to be you and your assignment. You had to show up for this. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gotten done. So y'all talk about contracts and everybody says, oh, we had an assignment to do. This is how we got here and everything else. And I'm going to take y'all back to something that people probably are not going to like. But if that's the case. So if that's the case, right? She said you got to do what you can do and the rest will unfold. And that's a fact. So because you made a soul contract long before you arrived here, because every experience, every detour, every heartbreak, every awakening was part of your design, or your higher self agreed to come here right now so you can remember your power in full remembrance, right? So if that's the case, I'm going to say something that is going to be really fucked up. If we signed a contract to come here and we already knew that in my contract I was going to be abused, I was going to be raped, I was going to be MOL, Ed, I was going to be whatever it was, right? And they had dates and times. They had situations, they had circumstances, they had people, they had, the list of names that, was going to be whatever, yada, 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 right? And for some reason or another, even with all the bad shit that they told me was going to happen, they may have told me you're going to be successful, you're going to love this person is going to love you, you're going to be amazing at this is going to be one of your skills, we're going to give you so much, so many opportunities. And you might have said, okay, wow, now that's what I've been thinking since my strokes. I've been like, I signed up for this. Yes. So if y'all believe that, every time something bad happens to us, we have to say to ourselves, I signed up for this. I knew I can handle that, right? And the fucked up part is, I'm going to say that all of us grew up. All of us grew up. So a lot of us have had what they would call like trauma for, since childhood trauma, or, whatever shit that happened, right? And I told y'all I'm not a big advocate of that, because I'm also a person that says I am not my circumstances. I am not what happened to me. I am what I deem that I am. And I am victorious. I am a conqueror. I am more than amazing, right? I am that I am, right? And so on the list of everything that they said that was going to happen, you're going to be rejected for, this many times. You know what? It's something that I keep wondering even about TikTok, right? So on TikTok, they will tell you, and it pertains to this, so I'm just wondering, how does this play out? Because every rejection, right? They said rejection is God's protection, but also rejection is a mental, can create mental issues, right? Because they said if a person doesn't talk to you or a person doesn't respond to you, oh, I would like to say thank y'all too, because it gave me a congratulations when I got off here. It said I got 60,000 likes or something, some shit that they had on there. So y'all, thank you. But I'm not my circumstances. I'm not my, whatever happened. The people that didn't love you, the people that, the situations and circumstances that didn't go the way that you wanted them to go, right? So, but I signed up for this. So everything may have the checks and balances. I said I would like to accept this and, the love, the this, that, and third. But mentally, I feel abused by TikTok. I'm going to tell you why. TikTok will send you stuff, right? Like the merchandise, the people behind the scenes will send you an invite for you to work with them and tell you to request a free sample, right? Request a free sample because we want to work with you, da 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 da, right? And then when you go to request a free sample, they deny you, right? Mentally, that could be doing something to everybody, right? Because why did you tell me? I wouldn't have never even applied for it until you said that you wanted me to do it. So not realizing they could be mentally, I'll be tapping all crazy. I ended up on the other, but I know, right? I'll be doing the same thing. Mentally, you told me to go and apply for this, but then you rejected me. Do y'all know how many rejections a person can get throughout the day over here? Which makes me wonder if they gonna end up with a lawsuit because y'all don't realize how y'all, and it could just be the system. So the system could be doing it. The system could be, sending out the invites and everything else. Oh, we want to work for you. But this is also where one of the problems come in at, because people will say they don't like AI. I like AI. I like AI for what it does, but I also don't like AI for what it does. So if AI is the one sending out the invites, and that could potentially be a mental something to somebody or all of us, because we don't know what, certain things do. They said even giving somebody the silent treatment, they said is mental abuse. So if that's the case, then wouldn't it be mental abuse if you telling me to apply for something and then I get rejected? Mind y'all, this could be something simple, but y'all don't realize and understand how each one of these things are playing out. And we are all test dummies. Little do y'all know, this life with these people and everything else that's happening, we are literally crash dummies. Because we don't know how any of this is going to affect us later on. All we know is that it's happening right now in the system. Mind you, I happen to think that even about the, rejections and the things. And then somebody else said the same exact thing. The girl said, why tell me to apply if, mind you, I had already thought it. And here we are. So y'all don't even understand how much interference is being ran on us even in the process. But here we are again. Did we sign up for this? Y'all hear me all the time saying a lot of the things that these people do, I don't approve. But if the contract concept is correct, then we already all knew that they were going to try to monetize everything. We already knew they was going to try to put their foots on our neck. We already knew everything that these people were playing out. So if that's the case and y'all believe in the contracts, that also means that whatever happened on the other side that outweighed, because we don't sign contracts. I don't think nobody is signing a contract unless there's something that says, I'm going to benefit from being here. I'm going to grow. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to gain something from signing this contract. Now, how many of y'all would sign a contract today? Like if you had your conscious mind right here, right now, and they said, this is what's going to happen to you. This is what's going to happen to your kids. And it was going to be a bunch of, kill, steal, destroy, right? How many of you would sign that contract and volunteer to come here? Because I don't think I would. It's been so many different things that I've seen that to me, the bad don't outweigh, the good don't outweigh the bad. And most of us would only sign a contract knowing that the good would have to outweigh the bad. What is? That's the thing that I don't understand. So one thing that we do know though, is if we loved ourselves through every timeline, maybe we would do it if we knew it was for somebody else. Like we came for somebody else. Maybe. Or maybe we came to save ourselves. Because there's a thing when it says nobody's coming to save you, but then when I look up what the etymology of nobody is, it would be us. It would be the people that would be coming. Because y'all, okay. All right, so the word nobody has surprisingly literal etymology that traces back to Middle English and Old English And no is a straightforward negation, meaning not or none. Body, an older usage that meant person or individual, just a physical body, as we often think. No one or no person. And then no person. And then it says, from the conceptual origin, the emphasis on the absence of any person rather than a physical body. So the etymology of nobody literally means not any person, but over time it also gained emotional and symbolic weight. Not any person, but it is, because it's the energy of a person. Governmental studies on the people, which a group of people study for spiritual warfare. Exactly. They supposedly be working with us. You definitely just rocked the boat, because literally that's all I've been talking about all morning. That's all I've been talking about all morning. And so they wrote it in the chat. I've been saying it, but again, we got to watch the things that we say. But could we be being misdirected and rerouted? Because it seems misdirection and rerouted, but our code, our written code says we signed the contract, and this is what the contract said. So the contract automatically told us that we were here. Yes. All right. So, but would you have signed that contract? And you did. So if that's the case, and you did, everything that has happened, all the abuse, all the trauma, everything else goes along with that. But mind you, I don't even think it's trickery. The reason why I don't think it's trickery, right, is because this is the thing. And this is what I got this morning. Because literally, I told y'all earlier when I came to y'all that I had got all types of Facebook notifications. I recorded it so y'all could see it. And I played it because we already did this video this morning. So I showed y'all that Facebook threw me all types of notifications this morning. And what they said was that now the music industry has done this thing. And I don't know why it's not happening on TikTok, because TikTok's still pushing music. But on Facebook, they're saying that my monetization on my Facebook music has been changed. And the reason why it's being changed is because the music owners are saying that they want 100% of the monetization on my channel because I use their music. But mind you, the social platforms pushes for us to use the music. So what I said to y'all was, if we end up going into that, I'm going to delete it. I will delete it. But the thing is, they wouldn't expect for somebody to just say they delete it, because y'all have to remember all of the work that content creators put in. Yes, Abby Grace, that is what they said. I showed y'all this morning. I screenshot it and everything, because I'm going to start deleting this shit. So what I said was, all the content creators, if you get that, it's supposed to work as a government, not as a kingdom. But mind you, we still been under the kingdom. This is why I don't know why y'all don't understand. The Game of Thrones is actually still happening right now. We're still under that. Y'all just dress a lot better. Y'all not in the streets with the tents and this, that, and the third, but we have still been under the Game of Thrones. I don't know why nobody understands that. But anyway, so at one point in time, they would do 50%. So if you use music or whatever, but mind you, they push for you to use music. So then you would see that the content, the people would come along and they would say, we're going to do a 50-50. But somehow, apparently, the record industry, they done got on their ass on their backs, and maybe they're trying to force the fact that the content is now there, and so you wouldn't want to delete your content. I will fucking delete the content in this world before I will ever allow my content to stay anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else, and they 100% monetize my shit. And from this point on, I will not be using none of their music if that is the game that they're going to play. Because, bitch, y'all going to have to run them reels. Y'all going to have to do some real advertising and shit out here if you think, because that's what it is. It's the S word. I'm going to do the content, I'm going to do the work, and because you asked for somebody to put your music in first, now all of a sudden you feel like I'm tied and I'm stuck, but I'm not tied and stuck, because if I'm not going to get anything anyway, I'll delete the fucking content. I'll download every bit of everything that I had, and I'll put a fucking voiceover on it. I'll sing the song. Matter of fact, I won't even do that. I'll sing a better version of it, bitch. Either way, this is where we have to take a stand on something, because something is happening in the system right now. Hey, Katrina. And here they come with their bullshit. Yes, here they come with their bullshit. Because it's almost like they will trick you into something, and then they'll say, well, oh, well, now they want to switch it. Now they want to change it. Okay. I don't have to take what you're offering. I don't have to take what you're offering. I can say, I don't want that. Because to me, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You want me, I did the work, and now you want to come along and say, I want to take 100% of your monetization going further forward because you use my song. Fuck you and your song, bitch. But this is also what I've been telling y'all throughout this time. Y'all celebrities that we love so much, what have they done? They know that the world is in a crisis. How many of them have said anything? Chris Brown said something. I remember him saying something. Cardi B said something. I remember her saying something. Where everybody else at? But when they got a CD or an album, you know what they're going to do? They're going to come to y'all, and they're going to promote the CD and the album. They're going to promote the concerts, and y'all going to be stupid and pay for them. And I'm going to say y'all going to be stupid because I ain't went to none of them. I ain't went to fucking Beyonce concert because I got fucking bills to pay. And the people who can afford to do whatever, you know what I'm saying, they doing whatever, that's cool. But if you could afford it before and you paid for it and now your ass is in a situation, they got you. They got you. But you don't see them talking about nothing. These motherfuckers is attending big bougie ass parties. They got everything they got, but what you got? That's the system. Take. Convince you that you need to hear this music. Meanwhile, their music is spell casting over your ass. Those tunes, those frequencies, all of it. Spell casting over your ass. And little do y'all know, it starts off, and then it goes. So do you hear this beat? This is what's loud. And then they start putting shit layered underneath of the song. Because why am I hearing shit layered underneath the song? But y'all got to remember, some of them are better than the others at what they do. So if there's a tune or a frequency that I can input, and y'all remember, because the music industry was the ones that shifted, and y'all can't use this, or they started using this frequency or this sound to broadcast over y'all. And I'm going to say y'all because I don't be listening to a lot of the shit that they have. But meanwhile, we control what they do. We can say, the buck stops here. We're not listening to that shit. We're not streaming that bullshit. We're not, and we're fucking not. We're not doing it. We rather delete the content before we let y'all motherfuckers take 100% of, because fuck y'all. And I can almost guarantee you that right behind that, soon as everybody say, I'd rather delete it and I'll do a voiceover of my own voice, guess what they'll do? They'll start renegotiating. But if we just let this shit slide, like, you know, oh, we didn't see it, or oh, we want to be lazy and we don't want to take the content down, fuck them. Fuck them. So I know my contract said, oh, this bitch gonna be in trouble for da-da-da-da-da because, you know, I be online, I be saying shit. Because in my mind, I ain't never needed you no way. My life is so much better when y'all don't get involved. I don't like courts, I don't like cops, and I don't like people who basically feel like they're better than anybody else. Anytime the cops show up, shit gets worse. Anytime the courts get involved, shit gets worse. I don't want to be under your system. I don't want to be under your law. I don't like nothing y'all do. Leave me alone. Like, they can section off a part of my house and leave me the fuck alone. Like, section off my area and leave me alone. I would be great. But, you know, everybody's not the same. Because people will say, oh, but we need this. No, we need them to leave us the fuck alone. We would be so much better off if they all just disappeared. Maybe God might work it out. Maybe we might disappear and, you know, maybe they might be left to their own devices. I don't know. But at this point in time, I love me enough to know that what the fuck they're doing ain't right for me. And until you love you enough to understand what you will and will not put up with, like, that's why I'm willing to fucking delete the content. Because, bitch, I'm the content. You're not going to threaten me like, oh, you got thousands of videos. Bitch, and I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I got billions and trillions of content. Fuck you. They can only, and I keep trying to explain this to y'all and people, can't nobody threaten you with shit you don't care about. In the same way they don't care about you and your kids, all they care about is putting on a show. Like, I'm gonna put on a show, I need y'all to come to the concert. So all of a sudden they know your name when it's concert time. They know y'all then. They know y'all when it's time for you to fork out some money. They know y'all then. But any other time past that, they don't fucking give a damn about y'all. Mind you, they all have what they have. Half of y'all be dead ass broke while y'all out here trying to go to these concerts and shit. Meanwhile, your hair look good, this, that, and the third. You done spent all this extra money. It costs, the tickets cost, whatever the tickets cost. Your hair, you gotta get your hair done. You gotta buy a new outfit. You gotta buy new sneakers. By the time y'all, every one of y'all done, you upwards of, you know, on a good night, maybe $2,500 or something that you could have put towards, you know, your future, your kids, your, you know, whatever you're doing right now, anything. But are y'all not sick and tired of people taking and taking and taking, and they steady, consistently telling you, you need this, you got to do this, you got to do that? And again, I like stuff. I do like stuff. So I can't even say that I don't. I live pretty well. So me included, I live pretty well. I know what I like and I know what I want. Half of these songs I wouldn't even hear if not for content makers doing the clips with them in the background anyways. Period. A lot of this shit y'all wouldn't even fucking listen to. Mind y'all, it could be like y'all get on when the shit come on the radio, you could be like, this shit is trash. And then guess what? They play it on the radio so much because they're paying for them reels or whatever the fuck, however they do it. They're paying for that shit. And then by the time a month later, you singing a song that you literally said you didn't fucking like. Because you done heard it too much. I have seen my contacts on other pictures of supposedly native reservation contacts, but right, see, I'm trying to tell you, like, it's so much stuff, y'all. Have y'all not realized? And that was the first trick of the brain that I started realizing, like, how did I not like this song? Because I'll be hearing people's song and I'll be like, that shit is trash. But now I control my algorithm, I control what I'm listening to, and that's why I don't listen to a bunch of people's shit. Because, and then furthermore, a lot of these people look at little content creators, they give y'all no credit for none of the work y'all doing. And then they steal your shit, and then you end up seeing your shit later on. And then they got credit for saying whatever you saying, but meanwhile, they stole it from you, and they just regurgitated it. And because their platform is bigger than yours, they get credit for it, you don't. She said because free advertisement, you got that right. Free advertisement, she said because, oh shit, what you said? Because it had to be a reason why, they put the option to add their music on social media. Exactly. Because literally it came from, I don't just post their shit without the music. I go into Facebook and I get the music from Facebook. So Facebook is also an issue too, because if you're going to let them do that, stop offering it. Don't put it on there. And it's the second time that Facebook that had this issue with these fucking this music shit that I can remember, but why are you still fucking with them? If you already know they're gonna do that, why would you do it? But meanwhile, y'all are also forgetting something. The reason why I'm even telling y'all this. The reason why I'm even telling y'all this is because there's a new shift happening. There's a new shift happening. And so if this looks like how they're about to play, we also need to play a certain type of way too. I don't be caring because I see results. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. I'm not going to miss nothing from what they did. Why? Because they just told me I wasn't going to give you anything anyway. It would behoove me to do the work, strip that shit the fuck down, and just do a voiceover on it. It don't even matter because the visuals is the visuals, and technically people going to just listen anyway or watch it anyway because they came for me anyway. They don't give a fuck about y'all raggedy ass song. The shit that they care about is what I did to the song. That's the part that I don't get why they don't like why they don't understand. If they wanted to listen to your bitch ass song, they would just go stream your song with what's there. So I don't know whether or not the artists know or what push this is, but at the end of the day gonna end and you can kiss my ass because I'm not doing it. And so if other people tend to want to, you know, allow them to utilize them and they get nothing from it, so be it. I'm not going to do that though. Okay? What I'm going to do is strip my shit the fuck down and repost it and let the people do what they was doing anyway. They came to look at me. They came to, you know, because if they wanted to hear the song, they would have listened to the song. I don't need to watch this song 1,003 times. Whatever, you know, you might, whatever, on, you know how they go. It'd be the 1 minute reel, whatever. Emotional readiness, view interaction, reach larger audience. You see what I'm saying? Mind you, the funny part is I just took 2 videos down from last night and reposted them. I don't know why they got more views now than they did, you know, when I first posted them. So all that's going to do is increase, you know, my content, you know, going up. I'm going to strip that shit down. It's going to be the same number because I'm going to be reposting it like Reader's Digest. I'm going to be reposting it and period. So technically, the artist loses because your company wants to be stupid. And if more people follow suit, guess what? Everybody fucking loses. And they not going to be happy until they all fucking keep losing. I'm not going to let you bully me into shit. And this seems to be the new wave. Let me bully them into some shit because otherwise they're not going to be able to get it done. But why is that? Why is that y'all behavior? So again, start loving y'all enough to where y'all not fucking with whatever these people. And when somebody comes along and a person don't love you right, love yourself enough to move your ass away because it's not just the music industry. This is everything. This is everything. I've loved you in timelines. Like loving yourself through every dimension, every timeline, you will stop putting up with some shit. You will stop putting up with people who are uncaring. You will stop putting up with people who ain't giving you shit. You will stop putting up with people who talk to you fucking crazy. I'm not doing it. I love myself more. I told y'all before, a person said some shit to me and I stopped them dead in their tracks. I don't know who you used to dealing with, but motherfucker, don't ever talk to me like that. Because where do you think that you allowed to talk to people like that? But if a person is talking to people like that and they keep being allowed to talk to people like that and you keep letting them talk to you like that, they're going to go even further from what I think. You know when they say, if you let the devil ride, he going to want to drive? That be them. So be mindful of how things start because this is how they're starting. They're starting. And whether or not you let it be continued, let it continue is, or let it be continuous for you is up to you. But I love me enough to say through this lifetime, the next lifetime, and every lifetime or every dimension past and before, I'm loving on me. I'm going to be the example of the way I need to be loved. And that's why I said to y'all the other day when I said, and I ain't asking for nothing that, you know, I can't give to myself. Don't let nobody threaten you with a fucking good time. Like nothing, it's like the thing in cost. When somebody sets a price on something, that could be a good price or a bad price. But nothing is worth unless you're willing to pay for it. So if it costs $5 million and somebody's willing to pay $5 million for it, it's worth $5 million. If somebody put a price tag on it of $5 million and nobody in the world deems it to be worth $5 million, it ain't going to be $5 million. This is how a lot of this shit starts and takes place. They'll say, oh, it's priceless because this person died. Why wasn't it that? Like, to me, it would seem like it might be more like when people die. When they die, it's worth more. Why? The nigga was right here. Y'all didn't even care about the nigga the whole entire time. But as soon as the person died, now y'all make whoever else rich and famous. Are y'all not paying attention that everything is crisscross applesauce? Why would you not want to patronize your favorite artist or your favorite something while they're alive? Your favorite nigga, your favorite bitch, your favorite da-da-da. Why is it worth more when they're dead? Oh, because you ain't going to get no more. It's backwards fucking thinking. D'Angelo went to the top of the charts. And mind you, D'Angelo was out here fucking struggling like a motherfucker, telling people that he's struggling. Nobody cared about his ass, but y'all rather line the pockets of the music industry. Like, y'all is some fucked up ass people. Like, this is why, God, I can't be a part of this society. Ain't no way. This is what I'm saying. Ain't no way I signed whatever the fuck that was. There's no way. Because y'all got to be the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life. Because that's stupid. All of a sudden, the man that y'all claim got good music, all this other extra shit, y'all seen the man worked his ass off, worked hard. When D'Angelo said he was struggling, none of y'all fucking cared. But y'all rather go line the pockets of whoever the fuck benefits while the nigga's dead. I can't fuck with y'all. I can't. Coming from a damaged environment and nobody's teaching you because they hate you, but they are you. That's what I'm saying. So at this point in time, y'all, we're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to figure out something better, because if this is the way this is going, God, please get them and please keep them away from me, because guess what? At the end of the day, I love my life. I want to be here in the world, but I also don't want to be in the world around that type of energy. I need to find my tribe, because whatever they done to the world don't make sense. When y'all literally hear your favorite person out here saying they struggling, because I think D'Angelo also said that he was struggling with some stuff, right? Nobody cared. The internet maybe got on there, talked about him. They make a whole lot of money. The people that got on there talked about him crazy, probably made a whole gang of money because, you know, they put his name in their mouth. And then y'all paid them, but y'all don't pay the nigga that is y'all saying y'all love, that gave y'all great music. I don't know. Y'all also out here and paying people that, you know, y'all saying y'all love, that is giving y'all music, that don't give a fuck about y'all, because in the middle of everything that's happening, they said, oh, we gonna have another concert, as if they didn't hear y'all saying that y'all wasn't able to, you know, pay. If you don't have normal family support, it's a lot you missed out on. I'm trying to tell you. Because literally, y'all heard the old lady when Beyonce said something about, and I ain't knocking Beyonce. Beyonce, do what the fuck you need to do. Because if they gonna do it, then do it. But why are y'all doing it? One of the black ladies told Beyonce, go on and get, bitch, because I can't afford it. I just did this. I seen Beyonce what she did On the Run. Past that, ain't doing it. Seen her once. Great. It was a good performance. Loved everybody that was there. Da-da-da-da. And that's it. That's all. Because to me, like, why? And then as soon as you get close, wherever you are, and we had some real good tickets, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know what she does in her part-time. And I don't care, honestly. It don't pertain to me, because if it did, I would know. So whatever she does in her charity work or any of the above or lack thereof, y'all should know. Anybody that goes to all them concerts, y'all should know how much charity work these motherfuckers is doing. Because if they not doing none and they really just taking money from y'all, even in the midst of y'all saying y'all, you know, ain't got it, but they'll come up with a concert real quick to make sure they line their pockets. And mind you, even as everything's going on here, when shit breaks out here, guess where they gonna go? The money that y'all gave them, they gonna go across the country with it. And they gonna wait until after everybody did this, that, and the third. And then they gonna come back and do some more concerts. I don't know what to tell y'all. All I can say is, message, I loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, in timelines forgotten and lifetimes rewritten. I love myself. I loved you in every dimension, the person that I am, because I stand on business. I'm not out here trying to do no weird ass fucked up shit to nobody. I believe in the collective energy. I believe in Mother Nature. I believe in God. I believe in God. And so with that being said, when you lead in love, you're not going to be trying to do no weird ass shit to the people or to society. You get paid, right? This work. You get paid. That's another thing. So me coming to the internet and talking to y'all, he's saying you get paid. I don't get paid for that. I'm talking to you for free. I talk to, no, hold on, which channel, I talk to them, I get paid for them. I don't get paid for you, but I get paid for them. Little to nothing. But guess what? I bet you they take my content and they bet you, because if they done said already before that they've been seeing that our content been over on other countries and other continents, and they're taking and clipping our content, and I bet you they're getting paid for it. So they said they can't afford to pay. You know how if you actually really like somebody, your payment is liking, commenting, and sharing. Liking, commenting, and sharing is actually a form of payment, because also I'm giving energy. So that's the other thing. So it is a reciprocation of the energy. I never asked anybody for money. Even when I did my GoFundMe for my house, because I said I want to pay my house off. If anybody read it, which a lot of people didn't read it because people be mad as fuck, that I have the audacity to even come to the internet and tell them I want to pay my house off as a black woman. I know, I remember you said that. As a black woman, knowing whatever's happening in this society, my own mom and my own father, just so y'all know, I had to end up saying something to them black folks because they didn't read it. They just saw GoFundMe. But no, if they had went into it and saw what it said, I don't know what's going to happen next year. Y'all niggas don't know what's going to happen next year, right? Don't nobody know what's going to happen next year, right? I didn't ask nobody for any money. What I asked for them to do was like, comment, share it. Just share it. My mom and my dad failed because I had to read it and let them know, because my mom said something about a fucking me working, doing something, and instantly pissed me the fuck off because, bitch, what are you talking about? And I ain't calling her that, but bitch, what are you talking about? So when I called her, how you offer me some work or something when that's not even what the fuck I said? Let me read it to you since you don't got time enough to read your own daughter's shit. And then people wonder why you don't fuck with them. That's not what I said. I didn't ask anybody to do anything other than anybody that felt led to do whatever they did. All I said was like, comment, share it. Because there's multiple timelines happening around here, and little do y'all know, there is somebody that could drop my house, the payoff, I think is like right now $110,000. There's somebody that needs a tax write-off, that charity or anything else that they did, to be alive to see you do, but they're around. Everybody's around. I mean, I don't know what that means. To make it happen. Yes, and that's the thing. So when it happens, that's the thing. But this is what I also said to y'all earlier about how the platforms work. TikTok keeps wanting me to fucking befriend people that I know from back where I lived at. Them people know I'm on social media. Why do you want me to have a bunch of motherfuckers that watch me anyway, know where I'm from there? Because if that was the case and they wanted me to do well or anything else, I wouldn't have to tell them to share my shit. Ain't nobody from where I'm at sharing none of my shit. So why do you want me to be on there? Why do you want me to be friends with them? And so TikTok stopped me from when everybody went crazy and I had all them people, because this happened this morning, and all them people was following me. They stopped me from following them, but the minute they posted, they would say, "Oh, you can follow this. You could follow this person." I would hit that button and I could follow them, but I couldn't follow people that was following me. No, I didn't have my parents. I'm recovering from mental illness. I mean, I don't know, like, you know, the parents are around and I know the parents, this, that, and the third, but I just told you what happened. I had to tell my mom. When I sent my mom my GoFundMe, she sent me a fucking letter talking about watching a goddamn kid that ain't even fucking hers. So instantly pissed me the fuck off, because did you fucking even read what I said? I didn't ask you for no money. Even in the GoFundMe, I didn't ask the people, like literally whoever is going to be able to do whatever they could do. But technically, if they read what I said, just share the shit. That was it. I wasn't asking for their money. Share it. But that was too much too. So why do you want me to exhaust energy on people who know what I'm doing? They know I said I want to be, doing content. I want to do streaming, this, that, and the third. I don't have to tell them. I keep saying it. It doesn't matter her response. She where your eyes can see whether she don't do right or not. I mean, y'all say that. That's up to y'all. Cause then there's more stuff that's behind that. So I get when everybody says, oh, your mom this like. Again, we was talking about contracts. I have to love me. I have to love me. All right. I have to do what I need to do for me because they said nobody's coming to save you. All right. The nobody that they're talking about, I'm nobody. So to everybody, I'm nobody, right? Because that's what they look at it as. They can come right in here, they'll stop, they'll listen. It'll be people that I done seen that, because everybody's name pops up, little do people know. People's names pop up right when they show up in here. And so I can see people that I know, they ain't stopping to share none. Oh, that's Ty. Let me stop and share her shit because, she talks good. She says this or, whatever. They not stopping to share that shit. They want to watch. Like, I'd have bitches. Yo, it's a whole ass bitch that's related to me. Got the same fucking tattoo that I got. Like, bitches emulate a lot of shit that I do, but they won't share my shit. That's why I don't pay attention to a lot of the stuff that happens, because I'm not going to get myself worked up with that. No, ignore them. They're lying. Remember, that's true. You get in it. Yes. I mean, at the end of the day going to end. I'm going to still do what I got to do for me. This is it. This is why I'm saying I love you in every dimension that's ever existed. In timelines forgotten. In lifetimes rewritten. We still keep wanting a person. Even when it gets said, it's a person. They'll think that it's a person. No, it's yourself. Love yourself enough to know that ain't none of these people, like, when they come around after you made it. After you've done all the work, that's when everybody wants to come around. And then guess what you have to figure out to say? No, thank you. Like, a lot of people that know and understand where I come from or where people, like me come from, them people not helping you. Them people not helping you, and most of the time, them people be in a secret competition. Them people be in a secret competition with you and everything that everything that you do. Yes, and then on top of that, this is another thing. When my biggest glitch happened, and around the time, people would make phone calls to other people that knew me, and they would say, "Y'all, did y'all see what she posted today? Really, something's wrong with her." Bitch, I live better than you. I live better than you. Go to work every fucking day. But yet you got time enough to make a phone call to somebody and fucking gossip about something that I wrote. And mind you, everybody that know me know I cuss they ass the fuck out and won't care. So, along with that, why do you got time to make phone calls to say something is wrong about a bitch that goes to work? A bitch that's taking care of herself. Mind you, in the midst of, they know everything that fucking happened. How a nigga basically try to drag my ass to the white meat to steal some shit. And then how a nigga got in court and lied and everything else. Like, y'all don't understand the amount of stuff that God has shown me from people. To the tune of, if you don't love yourself, you best to love yourself the way you want somebody to love you. I promise you that. Negative energy, your ethic side sells. I mean, but guess what? If I wanted to get outside and pop this pussy, I can guarantee you everybody and they fucking mama will show up for the party and everything else. So to me, it's not even that. It's when you're doing the right things, they don't want to show up for that. But let me fuck around and say I'm about to have a big ass party at my house. I can guarantee you that everybody and their mama will come from fucking away on the other side of the earth. Because, of course, they don't want you to do nothing good. But they want to also help you spiral out of control. If I wanted to do anything remotely, like, shit that, people would say, oh, you shouldn't be doing da-da-da-da-da. If I wanted to do any of that, it wouldn't be no lack of people showing the fuck up. But I love myself entirely too much to even put myself in those predicaments or put myself around them types of people or do the things that they would wish that I would do so they could bring me the fuck down. So, of course, they're not going to help me level up. But God will. The people that don't know me will. The people that support me the most are the people that don't know me. And also, I've been in situations where God also showed me that the people that will help me the most ain't even the same fucking color as me. I was outside one day and I also said, I was driving a brand new car, brand new rental car. Brand new rental car shouldn't tear the fuck up. But guess what? Brand new rental car got stuck in the middle of the street. Do you know who came to help me from being stuck in the middle of the street and gave me a fucking hug? A white lady. Black people riding by, black men, black this, black that. A white lady took her SUV, turned that motherfucker around in the middle of the street at the fucking light to give me a jump. Guess what was wrong with the car? Nothing. After we figured out, after the white lady stopped and then everybody else, started to figure out she needs some help, the white lady caused a chain reaction of other people stopping. We backed the car in to the pharmacy, and then the bitch started right the fuck up. Was it nothing but God showing me your own people ain't gonna try to help you? And I said that before. I ended up saying, and it's crazy because you would want them to. I would want them to, but I'm gonna ask God just to send my people, the people that belong with me. I don't care what color they are. The people that belong with me, that are my soul tribe, I don't care what color they are. But it keeps being a thing where I keep being shown the people that look like me, they don't want me to be, successful or anything. That's what it feels like to me. And so I'm sure that's what it would say, also to y'all. If every time something happens and you require something, that's just like the white lady that came out of nowhere. Her name is Laura. She right on here. Susie. She came out of nowhere. I said, mind you, God keeps showing me over and over again. I done went on multiple Kevin Gates page. I done went on who else page? I done went on what is that lady name? Some couple celebrities pages, right? Just random ass people, and I said the same exact thing to each person. Do you know that they act like they don't see none of the comments there? Which is also the reason why I stopped fucking with certain celebrities and things of that nature, because if you can't see your people that actually really love you and really support you, fuck you too. I'm not gonna keep giving you my money, and I'm not gonna keep fucking acting like I want to patronize something when y'all act like y'all don't fucking see y'all fans at all, period. It's the course of complexion, jealousy, separation by sin. I don't know what it is. But what I do know is after I start going to a couple different people's pages and I posted the same shit for over a month, one lady out of the blue, like I said, made a note to the comment, and then all of a sudden my social media went crazy because, again, I ain't asking nobody to pay no bills. What I said was, I don't get paid over here. I need 10,000 subscribers over here. Can y'all give me a like and a follow? I like and I follow back, right? That lady came in, she said something, and all of a sudden I got maybe over 800 something followers from just that one lady at that one time. But mind you, I left that on numerous amounts of people's fucking pages. The same exact thing over and over again. You don't know me, but I'm a black lady trying to pay my, mortgage. I've been out of work since this. And mind you, I got set on social media. Like, nobody got to care. But guess what? If I start crying and shit, I need to cry and break down or lie or something. Like, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to break down. I ain't going to lie. I would like to pay my mortgage all the way completely off because I don't know what the fuck is happening with this administration or anything else they got going on. And pretty soon they already targeting women. I'm a black woman. So that means I got 2 fucking strikes against me. 2 fucking strikes against me. So we don't even know if they going to be able to have a house or anything else. So why would I not want to pay it off to at least be able to secure the fact that I did that? And so they can't come along and say, okay, well, you're behind on your mortgage, so you did this and the third. I done been behind. I told you, I've been not working since 2023. But God keeps finding a way to pay the fucking mortgage. I'm not asking nobody to give me money. Just I can do the content. I can do the work. Can I just get the follow? Like, mind you, people act like they don't fucking hear shit. But until they want something. Mind you, I went to a girl's page yesterday. She said she's trying to get her third page monetized. You mean to tell me you trying to get your third page monetized? I'm just trying to get my first one. I went in her comment. I ain't trying to get my third page monetized. I'm trying to get my first one. And again, I'm not knocking her because she doing what she need to do. But something don't seem right. Something ain't sitting right when, I'm listening to people. Even the lady that I told y'all motivated the shit out of me that said she made $56,000 in one fucking month on all of her pages because these people have backup pages. How the fuck are y'all literally going back and forth these people got backup pages. Mind you, y'all not even getting one of y'all fans' pages monetized. And again, I ain't complaining to nobody because I do the work. You can look at any page that I got. My content is fucking there. Whether or not anybody likes it or not, it's there. So there's a lot of stuff that a person can say, but mind you, when I be talking from fucking experience. I ain't got no reason to be coming here saying nothing to nobody that, you know, sometimes I feel like people have bot followers. Probably because they did say that a lot of times. I mean, but I don't know how that's happening either, because, you know what I'm saying? All I know is that you can only get on here and follow and ask, or, you know, da-da-da-da. But the meanwhile, the main thing is, what are you willing to do for something? It's a lot of shit that I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to, you know, morals, values, those things are important to me. So I'm not willing to get out here and go, you know, do da-da-da-da-da for it. I'm not doing that. It'll come when it's meant to come. It'll be when it's meant to be. The same way I said everything else. If this happened and something happened, fuck it. It was meant to be. Still trying to monetize as well, but I won't cry on camera. I feel, yeah, like I'm not doing that. Like they want you to get on here and do the worst shit, like diminish your character or some weird ass shit. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. If I'm crying, bitch, y'all better know that I'm crying real tears because something happened and this, that, and the third. But I'm not gonna get on here and cry about this, because guess what? It's God's house. If God paid for it, God paid for it. If you don't, then I'll be the fuck out, and then I'll be, you know, wherever I'm gonna be at. That's gonna be it. So God knows what I need. God knows what I'm in requirement of. Whether or not y'all deem it to be necessary or anything else, I don't care. That's the thing. So whatever happens is just going to be the thing that happens. But I'm not going to let social media, the algorithm, these funky ass politicians, I'm not going to let none of them make me feel like I got to do anything more or less than what the fuck God is telling me I got to do. And that's on facts. So it's going to happen when it happens. The time is going to be when it's going to be the time. I'm going to get what I'm supposed to get, because ain't none of y'all going to be able to take nothing from me at all, period. If it belongs to me, it's fucking mine. That's it. That's all. So unlike everybody else that seems to think that I got to argue with bitches or I got to go out and fight somebody, that, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not even willing to argue with you. I'm not even willing to be friends with people that is fucking back home based off the fact that, for what? What I need to be friends with them motherfuckers for? They know I've been on social media forever and a fucking day. They don't comment. They don't say nothing. That's it. That's all. What you want me to do? What the fuck I'm doing? I've loved you in every dimension that's ever existed, and timelines forgotten and timelines rewritten. I'm a love on me. I'm gonna love me, and I'm gonna do what I need to do for me. And even when it happens and, you know, everything happens to where I make 56,000 or more in a month, you know, based off my social media, I'm just gonna remember the fact that I got here because I did what I was supposed to have done, and that's just it. The algorithm does push certain content, especially in the spiritual or metaphysical spaces. Yes, they do. Mind you, then it be the same motherfuckers that get on here and they'll be say, oh, but when I was something like, oh, they'll say, what is the word? I'm returning back to God. Bitch, I ain't never been away from God. I don't know where y'all be when y'all be in the spiritual community saying what y'all saying, but the whole entire time I've been in the spiritual community saying what I'm saying, I've been telling everybody I've been sitting right here with God. So I don't know where they go, and then the Christians get them into the, like that one girl, what the fuck was this bitch name? Light-skinned girl, she was on YouTube. And mind you, I met the girl from here because I met one of my friends that died, Lenita, knew her, right? And so I had got a message from the girl and everything, right? Mind you, she wasn't lying, and she did good. Later on, I ended up seeing her. She was in a church saying that she had to get away from her spiritual community because she had to get away from her spiritual channel because it wasn't in alignment with God. But bitch, you done been talking over people and everything else, lying, saying you was with God, and now you get here in these church people in this fucking church, and now you saying that? Like, I can't respect that. I can't respect that because I don't know where you been, but I got here because of God. I'm staying here because of God. God is on everything, and what the hell? So who the fuck was you talking to that whole entire time? That might be how I got in the last shit. That might be why she got her ass handed to her too, because she's the one that told me da 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 da. And guess what? Da 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 happened, and then the bitch ended up. But honey, nothing but God. Like, even when I say people come over here and they start saying this, that, and the third, oh, this is the bitch, get off my channel. Because at the end of the day going in, and I ain't never sat here and said nothing but God to these people. Not one time have I said anything outside of that. So where do y'all people be at? Who picked y'all up and brought y'all to the spiritual community and then told y'all that y'all had to return back to God? Because if you have to return back to God, you was never with God and you should have never been the fuck over here if that's the case. You trying to play on these people. You literally did messages and everything over top of these people in the name of God. And then you went and said you had to return back to God. I don't like that. It's very deceptive. So who was you talking to God? Because I heard you say that you was, and then you returned, you had to return. But their return is always to the Christian church. I don't understand that. I was, born and raised there. I also knew that as I was there growing up, something wasn't right with them people. And I'm not judging nobody, but how, and everything in society is starting to prove it right. How do you teach me kill, steal, and destroy? And I love my base. I love where I came from. I love my base. It taught me to know kill, steal, and destroy. They said, raise up a child. In the process of raising up a child, though, the child understood that you got to seek God for yourself. And the God that they were serving, it was questionable. Because if you're not leading in love, God is love, right? You're not leading in love. You're not displaying no type of love at all, period. When the people come and ask you for any type of help or anything, mind you, the people in the tithe, then they done gave their money. Y'all all say no. I'm confused. So even the thing with the baby formula, y'all, it goes a lot deeper. These churches will tell somebody that older ladies been in the congregation in the church for forever and a day. And y'all can ask, if I'm lying, I'm flying, period. Ask some of these older ladies that have been in the church, in their churches for forever and a day, that when somebody in their family died, after they done put their money in this church, when somebody in their family died, the church will tell them they can't bury the person. Why? The funeral gonna be on fucking Tuesday. You mean to tell me I can't have the funeral for the person that I love? I done been contributing to this church since 1302. Y'all done got every bit of probably all the money that I got, because little do y'all know, these old black ladies be literally believing in these motherfuckers so strong that they will give their all. They will, listen, if y'all really understood what the fuck I done seen out of some of this shit, and then they will say, nope, you can't bury your loved one here. What the fuck are y'all even open for? What are you open for? You get tax breaks, you get all this shit to help the people, and then y'all don't fucking help the people. And mind you, just so you know, I can tell that story because I done heard it more than at least 3 times. More than 3 times. I mean, I probably done heard it more than 5. I can almost bet you. But again, I'm not going to put my mouth on nobody but this is what I be saying. The stories and the truth be the stories and the truth. It be facts. Then they get mad at you for telling what they did. I don't understand. Like, that is the most confusing. The confusion is of the devil. That's what they'll say, right? Confusion is of the devil. But that don't confuse y'all. I just tied every bit of money that I had to the last dime. How many of y'all have ever heard somebody saying they went to the church and asked the church for their electric bill to get paid? That went to the church, their own very church, and they didn't pay the electric bill. The old lady can live down the street in a shack. The pastor can live in a mansion 2 blocks away. The lady cannot have no heat in her fucking house. She's still tithing. They will get on them for tithing. And meanwhile, the lady live in a shack. This is the society that I grew up seeing. And I'm not the only one. A lot of y'all done seen this. Any of y'all that's been in the church, in a black church, y'all fucking know that. Because it was a running joke even when I was younger, when I was growing up, that the building fund that they always saying, but nothing, not even the door handle gets fixed with the building fund. Mind you, the building fund keeps getting, you know, piling up, but nothing gets fixed in the building. But then this nigga got a whole city block for a house. Say I'm wrong. Look, she said pastor taking trips. The wife got on every big hat, everything. Listen. I tell y'all all the time, I don't got no reason to lie. Whether or not y'all act like y'all want to acknowledge it or not, I ain't got no reason to lie. This shit exists. Does it make it right? Y'all gonna have to talk to God about it. But I don't feel like it's right that the little old lady that don't got heat, that lives in the fucking shack down the street, everybody know that this lady live in a shack down the street. Lady come to the church smelling crazy and everything, probably same clothes on, because the motherfucking church van will go pick a bitch up to make sure they get that money. So even if she ain't got no car, we gonna get her ass to church, because I know she got her, you know, whatever check, Social Security, fucking disability, whatever. So we gonna get her ass a motherfucking ride to bring her ass to church so she can cut that check. Mind you, lady probably ain't got running water in the house. All type. Listen, I done seen all types of shit. And any of y'all that been around any of them, y'all fucking know. Anyway, love yourself more than what these people willing to love you. Love yourself more than what these people are willing to love you, because if you don't set an example or a standard for how you wish to be treated or taken care of, they don't give a fuck. So from this lifetime, the next lifetime, always make sure that you love on you. You know what Cat Williams said, get in touch with your star player? It meant so much more than people ever knew. Haven't been to church in over a decade. Me either, and I don't plan on going. Mind you, I'm looking at the other people too, but God keeps saying, mind your business, worry about yourself, you know, just focus on yourself. But at the end of the day, like, it's so much shit that I be seeing from religious people, like, it's weird. Mind you, and I ain't trying to get involved in none of this shit that's going on, but, you know, it's involving some shit. Y'all, when all them cases that they talking about, all these files and all this other shit comes out, y'all, it's going to be so much worse than what y'all even know. It's going to be so much worse than what y'all even know. Because one of the clips that I even seen yesterday, and mind you, I just been trying not to share too much of this shit, but literally one of the things that I saw yesterday, God's people is not the people that y'all think is God's people. Because these people will say they're God's people, but meanwhile, watch what they do. Watch what they do. Your house is in your church. I mean, listen. Watch what happens, because all I know is at this point in time, the world is getting on my nerves, because it seemed like we are all at the front seat of some little people shit. And to me, I feel like when I'm seeing little people being hurt and by all of the stuff that, and then people, grown people sitting by, to me, that is when I start requesting to God to come through here and tear this mother sucker up. Like, literally, none of us deserve to be here at all, period. Because when the little ones are being tampered with, and it is like just a big show being put on, like this is the fucking art or a fucking theater or something. But meanwhile, the premise is little people, the small ones. I just said, they said train up a child. And if their nastiness is how they want to train up a child, then I'm begging for God to literally just, the same shit that happened before, just squeeze this bitch until it's a fucking to oblivion. Because there's no good people in the world if in fact the little people are being targeted and all we can do is sit idly by and watch this shit happen. I'm not for that shit. That's strange to me. And so now it is, the world is watching a bunch of paperwork, a bunch of files, a bunch of this, that, and the third come out, and everything in it is about little people. I don't like that. I would have to request that God really shut this bitch down, because God, like, it's not gonna work. That it's gonna be a perpetual cycle. That train up a child. Do y'all not understand? I don't like it. So as a grown person and everybody that's getting entertainment and y'all making a whole lot of money off of, you know, everything, all the files and this, then the third, know that you're making your money off of the backs of the little people. And I get that we have to talk about it. I get that because I literally said in order for us to fix something, it has to be talked about. But what the fuck is being done in the process? And the people who could actually make a difference or that should be making a difference aren't doing anything. It's like a fucking theater show. And the victims are little. I don't like that. So do with any of this information what you will, but love yourself a whole lot more. And then once we all start loving ourselves a whole lot more, we'll start to realize that it's a lot of shit that we don't want to fucking put up with. We're not going to tolerate it, and something needs to be done. But anytime you hear something, I've loved you in every dimension, if it makes you think of somebody else, know that you need to go back to the drawing board, because ain't nobody going to love you the way you going to fucking love you. Ain't nobody going to take care of you the way that you going to take care of you. And even if you do, know that it still ain't going to be nobody that's going to do it, because you need to do it to the best of your fucking ability. Because there may be some energy that comes along and matches it, but it's only going to be as much as you love you. So do with that information what you will and put it in your pocket. I love y'all. Have the best day ever. And, you know, have the day that you deserve. And go with God. Yeah.